PA Loggers, Brews and Reviews.
Hey, this is Homa from PA Loggers, Brews and Reviews in front of the fire pit tonight on a very warm November night. And I have a Sly Fox Blitz Throwback Lager that we're going to try out. Now, I had a first one last night and it was very good. I was very impressed by it. So I like to drink it first and kind of do a review where I could really take my time. So I'm not under the pressure of the camera and try to figure out what things taste like, but it has a real nice taste to it. It's not too sweet. It doesn't have a real caramely amber lager kind of taste to it. There's a slight bitterness to it, so it's really nice. And it's really drinkable. It's 5.7 ABV. If you could see Blitz, it's Eagles themed, just like they have the Phillies themed slugger that they have for their Pilsner, which is also excellent. This one's pretty good too, from what I've had so far. And again, sometimes it's hard to rate. I'm not rating apples to apples all the time. This is an amber lager. How do you rate this compared to a Pilsner? Is amber lager my favorite beer? Sometimes, but how do you rate all amber lager beers? So it's tough to rate, but I'll tell you what, I like it. So let's pop it open and take a taste of it and just see if it's something that you might like if you try it out. Now, I know they have these at Eagles games and places like that. Let's get a nice little head on it. Get some aggressive head on it. Well, maybe not too much. Oh, that's perfect. It's not going over. So it's Sly Fox Blitz Throwback Amber Lager. So you would expect a little bit of maybe a caramely kind of taste, but it's not real coppery color. It's just kind of a deep gold, which is nice. And when I had it the first time, didn't have a whole lot of aroma going on. A little bit of maltiness to it, a little bit of yeastiness, but very slight. Not something like a Pilsner where you really smell it right away. But I could smell a little bit. I'm smelling the smoke from the fire right now too, so it's hard to pick up on some of the aromas. But this has a nice kind of clean aroma to it, and I'm going to try it out right away before the wind picks up. And I do get a maltiness right off the bat. I get maltiness, and then it kind of settles down. And then on the finish, there's a little bit of bitterness. I get a little bit of bitterness on the finish. Good bitterness, meaning it's not sweet. That's what I'm talking about when I say bitterness. I'm not saying it's too bitter or it's real hoppy or anything like that. There's just a little bit of bitterness, which is nice because you're expecting caramel, kind of a sweetness at the end, and I'm not getting that. I'm getting kind of a nice kind of bitter finish on it, which means it's a little more dry and it goes down a little easier. You kind of want to take more. Sometimes when it's dry, you want to kind of coat your mouth again. So this is really nice. It's not over the top. I thought it might taste like their Oktoberfest, but it doesn't taste like their Oktoberfest. It's not as caramely. It's kind of clean. It has a little bit of maltiness up front, then it's a little bitter on the finish, and then it has somewhat of a clean finish. So it's very good, and it has a 5.7 alcohol, so it has a little bit of a kick to it, but you don't really taste it. It's really smooth. Perfect for fall weather, perfect in front of the fire, and not too caramely, not too sweet, nothing that other amber lagers you might have. Now, you might look for that in amber lagers, and I don't think it necessarily has that. It's a little more of a man's beer. It's not too caramely and sweet, so it's really nice, and it's a perfect fall beer. So I gave this a 4. I could give it a 4.25. I'm not sure. I'm just getting used to it. It's the first time I've had it, but I really like it, and I like that it's somewhat clean and dry, and it's not sweet. That's probably the high point that I like about it. Just has a little bit of maltiness, a little bit of kind of cereal graininess to it on the tongue. I tasted a little metallicness the first time I've had it, but it kind of goes away at first. So I'm not sure what that's from, but I find that metallic taste kind of goes away as you keep drinking it. So I don't think it's from the can. Metallic taste typically doesn't come from the can. It could be something else because cans are lined, so you're not getting that unless you're drinking it right out of the top. So it's not from that, but I sensed a little bit of that the first time I had it, but I'm not getting it now. So it's a really enjoyable, great tasting lager. And again, nice little spiciness, nice little bitterness at the end. Not too much, but just enough to keep it from being too sweet. So I would give this a 4.25, a 4.25. I think on Untapped I gave it a 4. I could easily give this a 4.25. It's growing on me the more I have it. And I picked this up at Wegmans too, because that's the only place I found it, other than maybe going to an Eagles game or going to the Sly Fox Brewery. I didn't see it at any local beer distributors yet. but I did see it at Wegmans, so I picked it up there to try it out. So it's very nice. Blitz Throwback Amber Lager, the first amber lager I've had from Sly Fox. I love Sly Fox beers. They make great lagers. I highly recommend them. Their Slugger Pilsners are great. You can still see them available, especially with the Phillies still in the World Series. At least as I'm recording this, Phillies are still in the World Series. But Sly Fox make great lagers, so I'd highly recommend this if you could pick it up too, just because even if you don't like the Eagles, you know, or whatever. I think they have a Steelers one as well that they distribute in Pittsburgh, but even if you don't like the Eagles, I'm not a big Eagles fan, I'm a Raiders fan, but Raiders have been struggling for a couple decades now, a couple 100 years now, it feels like, since my son was born in 2000. The Raiders have been kind of struggling after 2002, but either way, whether you like football, whether you like the Eagles, whatever, this is a good amber lager, so check it out from Sly Fox. They make great lagers. All right, thanks for stopping by the fire pit with me tonight. Looks like I need to put another log on there. I'd do that on camera, but I might screw something up. Oh, let me try it. Let me see if I can do this on camera without burning myself. I should have a glove on. If anybody's watching, put gloves on and use all those tools and stuff. But nice little fire going on tonight. So it's a beautiful fall night. November. I don't know how many nights like this we'll be able to sit out, because you think, oh, it's a great fall night, let's sit out, and then it's like, I'm freezing, let's go inside. So it's a nice night to sit out. It's actually warm out here. So Blitz Throwback Amber Lager is a great beer to have tonight sitting out on the patio. Thanks for stopping by with me. Thanks for having a beer with me, and make sure you subscribe to PA Loggers, Brews and Reviews. We'll talk to you soon. And check out over 200 reviews at my Untapped profile at RM Homa. That's a nice pills.